I thought you guys would be gone.
What's the medical update?
MP is out, obviously. Ray's out for today and tomorrow. Avery's going to play. Am I missing anyone?
What's the basic on Michael?
I don't really know. I mean, it's concussion, and he's not even ready to take a test yet. So, they do the baseline test. Same thing the NFL. They do the test before the year now. It's just the first year I think that we've ever done that. So, but he's not even ready to take the test. So we just have to wait and see.
Have you spoken to him?
Yeah. Sounds great.
Yeah.
Sounds like Michael. I don't understand what he's saying.
Is he eager? You're kind of like, hey,
No, we didn't even talk about playing. We just talked. So I didn't bring playing up at all.
You've got to be pleased that consider the way it looked at the time.
Yeah. I thought it was. I knew he had a concussion. I mean, you could see that, but I was more worried about his neck, body. It looked bad. So, we're fortunate.
What's the earliest you would expect him to come back?
I have no idea. I mean, again, we haven't even talked about that. So.
The decision to go with Avery as opposed to Sasha, Marquise, talk about that.
Two guard. Crawford's a quick two guard, so I don't think that's a hard decision, to be honest.
In light of the injury itself and whatever it is in the year, you would tell Michael to just be totally. Obviously the test will make it be that way.
I stay out of that room. I think you know that. I think Eddie I trust Eddie 100%, so they'll make the right decision. They don't need my input at all in that. And Eddie will do the right thing.
Did you learn anything from Scout a couple years ago?
No. Except for that headgear he wore, it looked horrendous. Other than that, I think everybody's different. I mean, I think concussions have been proven that every single one is an individual injury. It's not a, group thing. It's, so we'll find out.
Are you pleased that there's more attention being paid to that?
Yeah, I am. I had two. I had one where I woke up in the hospital early from Elijah one, and I had another one. So that probably explains my actions today, every day. But I know I had the one. I was in the hospital and I played. I want to say I played the next game. Just back then, you just had a headache. You went out and played basketball, and you didn't think anything of it. And now you're finding out all the things that have happened afterwards. So I'm glad. In every sport, obviously football and hockey probably would be the two that lead the pack in it. But there's a lot of them in basketball as well. We don't wear headgear, and so things happen.
With all these injuries, how do you avoid saying, "Woe is me"?
Well, because you can't, because we have a game tonight, and that's just the way life is in anything. Right now, it's our team, but I tell our guys all the time, things don't go well all the time, and what are you going to do? And I tell them that, don't start. We just keep playing, and things will work out. I'm a big believer in that.
How serious is the Ray?
I don't know. The good news, I know he did an MRI yesterday, and no one told me anything, so that's good news. The fact that he had to do one is always a concern, but he was fine. That's good.
What were the results of Petrus's MRI?
I don't know.
So is that good news?
Yeah, I never asked.
We talked all season about players being, needing to be ready, especially this season because injuries are going to come up. Marquise is a guy who hadn't been playing really at all. He was inactive, healthy scratch for a few games. What have your conversations been about him, and now that obviously he's
staying ready? Staying ready, being more aggressive. Finishing at the rim. That's where he's really struggled this year, and that's what we need him to do. He's not a jump shooter. He's a guy that can post guards up, and he has a great instinct of cutting to the basket. But then he has to finish the deal when he gets there.
Is he the type of guy who gets? Certain players get down on themselves a little bit more.
Yeah, I think he does. I think there are a group of guys, and I think he may be one of them. He's up and down that way. He may not show it, but I've always felt that way.
What would be your impressions on the Oilers?
Well, I think it was a great trade for them. They have a consistent low post scorer. They have a guy that you take care of the ball, plays the right way. I think they needed that. They needed a veteran. You just want to forget all the other stuff. They needed a veteran in that on that team and in that locker room, and I think that was a heck of a trade for them.
One thing about as a point guard, you know you got to worry about pace.
Yeah.
When to go, when after John's still trying to figure out when to turn his speed on.
Yeah, it's tough though because of the record, the score, I think it's so tough. I mean, heck, he's just trying to play right now. You know, it'd be different if John was on a team that was making a run, and it was the same group. I think his pace would be different, and he would. I just think it's so tough to gauge when you're on a team with the record that they have. They win games. They've been in a lot of games lately, you know, but it's still just tough. So I don't think you can. He's just got to play basketball right now and then get it better later.
I know you were relieved to have Hollins in here to, you know, fill that extra big guy. With Jermaine out, is there thought that you guys probably may still have to add one more person at some point?
If we can. The problem is you can't to the playoff. Now that's Friday's pass, so you know we may add another guy just for adding a guy to get to the year. You know, we'll see. I mean, there's no one out there, but and you know, and Hollins is just so tough. We were just going over our practice plan for the year, and we figured out that next week we have those back-to-back days where we may practice, and those would be our last two of the year. I mean, that's just absurd when you think about it. That's how the schedule goes. But the way we look at it, I don't think we can have another practice other than those 2 days. So, I mean, that's just ridiculous. But that's everybody. It's not just us. I'm not feeling it's just the way this season's been set up.
Kind of a technical question, but I know you guys can't bring in a player who played this year. Could you guys bring in somebody who perhaps didn't play an NBA game this year?
We could. I don't know who you're talking about, but we could. But I doubt. Honestly, if we bring, I'd be surprised if we brought a big. Yeah.
Rotation-wise, Doc, obviously with Ray Petrus out and now
it's tough.
It's going to be tough to fill in those gaps.
Yeah, and we have to be real careful. This is because you have to be careful with your substitutions more than your rotations almost, because you have to have scoring on the floor all the time. You know, so we have to be really careful. And obviously, foul trouble just throws that all out of the window. Yeah, we have to be very careful with how we sub it out.
Will the rookies be getting a look tonight, do you feel like?
Some will, yeah.
Keep on.
No, we'll see. Yeah, each one most likely would be the first one. Yeah.
Thank you, Coach.
Well, thank you, Jeff.